Right, so it's been a long winter and we've made quite a few signings, let quite a few people go. And today we've got a couple of games in a cup competition in the middle of pre-season. So yeah, let's have a look, shall we? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Scandinavian Getaway with me, GWFM, and today is episode 4 of the second club, basically, which is Husqvarna FF. So, you're on this page now, and it's just showing the people we released first. We're going to show the people we released, then we're going to show you transfers, like ins and outs otherwise. But yeah, basically, we've lost quite a few players. Everyone absolutely blew their shit about us getting relegated, which is fair enough. You know, we got relegated. What happened while I was trying to say, I had a private conversation with about 11 players or something like that. I was saying, stay till the next season. If I don't go straight back up, I'll let you go. I got no response whatsoever in the chat, and a bit later on, everyone absolutely kicked off about the treatment of each teammate. And I thought, fucking hell, I've completely lost the dressing room here, but I managed to turn it round somewhat. I'll show you shortly. But anyway, into the outs. First up is Alfie Solomon. I'm going to just hover over him so you can see what we're actually losing. It was a decent goalkeeper, to be fair. He wasn't interested in signing on, so I just let him go on a free. Next was Garanke. Never really featured for me. Not really disappointed. Alba Hassani. He was the best of a bad bunch of midfielders, and yet he was absolutely dog-turd. Fredrik Claesson was like the backup goalkeeper to Solomon, so I'm not really disappointed about him. Vukiewicz, he was arguably our best midfielder, but he seemed to be really upset about the whole situation, so I ended up letting him go. Anton Henningsen, he was another one who didn't really feature while we were in the division above, so I let him go. Heremich, if you remember, he was the guy who missed that sitter at the end that could have made the difference in terms of staying up or not, or at least getting to the relegation playoff position, giving us a chance of survival. And then Aryan Banda, I didn't really want to let him go, but he didn't want to sign a new contract neither, so I had no choice. And then finally, Tarek Alnatu was a youngster who no one really gives a crap about because he never featured. So all these have gone. It released quite a lot of money. Now we're going to show you the actual transfers, which is all these here. But I'm going to show you the players that have gone out. So as Korag, the left back that played for us, he's gone out on loan for a season. He was kicking off. He was the first of them that I got rid of because I've tried to sell most of the players just to basically stop them from being upset. But he'll be out of contract in the summer, but they're paying all his wages, so basically it's like letting him go on a free transfer as far as I'm concerned. Next is Marques Fernandez, the American. Was decent. I wasn't a fan of his determination of 4 and dribbling of 1, if I'm honest with you. It really put me off, and it was on quite a lot of money, to be fair. And as you can see, he's going to Miami on $1,000 a week. That's a massive pay rise for him, so no brainer for him to go over there. But on to the ins. Now, you knew about this guy, Camilo Alas, before. As you can see here, yeah, he's pretty much, he's average. You know, some decent attributes. Heading and finishing stuck out for me, as well as his determination and pace and acceleration. Marcus Magnussen is next. He's a defensive midfielder regen who's got some good attributes and retraining to be a ball-winning midfielder. I think it's pretty obvious as to why, because of his tackling. Naturally fit as well, liked that as well. And his decision-making was good as well. Victor Loan, same sort of situation. Getting retrained as a ball-winning midfielder. Again, exactly the same reason. Good at tackling, really. And it's got a little bit about him in terms of passing and vision, so quite impressed with his attributes. Next, we've got Sebastian Sherpa. I can't even say his name. Sherpa. I have no idea. Think of a rename for him, a nickname for him, please, in the comments. But yeah, I like the fact that it was quite fast, working on his strength, of course, at the moment in time. His mental's not terrible. Bravery could be a little bit better, but I didn't think it was that bad. Only 23 years old, can improve, so I have to wait and see. But, you know, I got him in because I thought I was going to be selling both my centre-backs, basically. Next up was Samir Polazan, who's a decent player, to be fair. I like the fact he's got decent first touch and decent technique more than anything, and his decisions were good as well. Naturally fit as well. I've gone for quite a few fit players if I can fit them in, of course. And yeah, I'm hoping he's going to be able to do a good job for us in the middle of the park. We've got literally a brand new midfield, basically. Nabil Ephraim, we needed another left back. The red arrows don't make for good reading, but I thought it was a decent shout, decent at tackling, fairly quick, and yeah, mentally not terrible. You know, only flares in the orange. But yeah, hopefully he's going to be better than what we had last season. Next, we've got Arben Argerevich. Again, some of these names, man. It's Kosovan. And I didn't think it was bad, actually. His all-round game was pretty good. Not many attributes below an 8. A couple of them, of course. And I think he'll be a good rotation player. He can play on the wing as well, but he's more of a central midfielder, if I'm being completely honest. Next is Jacob Norgren, another centre midfielder who's going to be like a box-to-box type player, but he's going to be in the under-21s for the time being until something crops up, because he's happy to be a hot prospect playing in the under-21s. I'd like to get his determination up with some tutoring at some point. I have to watch his space on that one. Robin Alberg, I've got him in it as a backup. I initially went to the first team and I managed to convince him to be backup. I had to pay a little bit of a signing on fee for him to do that, but I got him really for tutoring, and I've messed up really because certain personalities can't be tutored by Fairly Determined. So I need to find another one who's old enough to tutor my first choice goalkeeper, who is one that's in the youth academy. I want to tutor him to be balanced so that I can get into Fairly Determined through this guy. He's on a 1-year deal, so I ain't got much time to do that. I'll have to try and get another goalkeeper in if I can, who's happy to be backup as well. Backup to the backup, if you like. Because this guy isn't actually that bad otherwise. Handling could be a little bit better, and so could one-on-one and reflexes, the key ones, but everything else is half decent at. Like agility 15 is unreal at this level. So, but yeah, mainly got in for tutorage. And then finally, the most recent, which only happened a couple of weeks ago, was Willie Pilstrom. I want to say it's Pilstrom. Again, he's another young'un who's going to be in and around the under-21s. I like the fact that he's technically quite good in terms of passing vision and technique. That is quite brilliant, if you ask me. I'm trying to work him to be a box-to-box, because finishing is 7, it's not bad, and it's just tackling 6. They're the two, I think, that's letting him down more than anything. Maybe bravery, but that'll come with age. Obviously, the training facilities are amazing, but you know, you've got to try and think how we can do this. So yeah, that is all the basically the transfer business. I'll show you the squad, and it's all on one page as opposed to quite a lot of pages, which I'm normally accustomed to, like at 100 when we had 1 million players on academy contracts. So the players who have actually stayed, let's get it all in order. We've got, this is the first choice keeper, Hampus Nordin. 1-on-1s is only 5. That's a bit shit, but everything else is quite good. Communication obviously could be better as well, but he's only 17 years old, so I'm hoping he's going to improve with game time. Walter Strandler, he's staying on. Not the best. He's going to be, for the time being, the first choice right back, because there's no one out there whatsoever. Didrik Anderson, he was unhappy. Then, because I noticed on the promises page, on the home page, that people had green circles because I've been trying to sell them. And for some reason, I don't know what happened. It said something about this guy, and I checked it. He only had 1 negative, and it was something to do with me being, basically, it's deserved that people don't respect me, sort of thing. And that was it. Before I had like 8. So I tried offering him a contract just on Sly, and he wanted a contract as a key player. So I signed him at exactly the same money as a key player. So he's going to be the captain because he's got 14 leadership, I think. It's not forced to play every single game, but we'll have to wait and see. Who else is here from last season? Aspergren is currently our backup right back. We've got the striker Sandberg, who's doing exactly the same as Didrik Anderson, in terms of he's signed on, and I've retrained him as a right midfielder because I didn't realise he's competent at it, and he's now accomplished. So, but he's going to be behind him is Aspergren, because next week is Ryan Binns with his 2 determination, which is a massive put off rather. But I managed to knock his wages down. It was on 190 quid a week, and I managed to get it down to 120. So I was happy to go ahead with that signing. And bear in mind, he was decent in the league above, so I'm expecting big things from him this season. Camilo Alas, I've already seen. Adrian Gillenberg is a youngster who came through as our youth intake last season. And I don't think he's that bad. He's done okay in pre-season friendlies. He hasn't scored tons and tons of goals, but he's scored quite a few, so I'm quite pleased with him. Who else has come from last season? We've got Mergim Shala. See, I never actually showed you all the players before. This is why I'm doing it now, because I thought, well, it's coming to end of the season. I'll have a look at the beginning of the next season. So yeah, that's him. Who else is it? Bethio, Paul Becchio, of course. Backup left winger to Ryan Binns. And Dimitrievich, we managed to keep him as well as a first team player. 80 quid a week. I was more than happy to keep him. I think he got like a 10 quid pay rise. Obviously, we got relegated. It's a bit of a pain. But he did so well last season, I was more than happy to do that. Otherwise, there's a couple of players yet to sell. Bernholtz, I'd love to sell him, but no one seems to want him. Likewise with Christopher Snarberg, who is like literally the most oil tanker in the sea turning circle I've ever seen on this game. I was keen to let him go, but no one seems to be in for him. Otherwise, Erik Hermansson is a decent option off the bench for right back more than anything, and can fill in at centre back. And then there's this guy who's like the fourth choice striker, who's literally a non-contract player. He's not very good. And then all of a sudden, I think I showed him last season when we signed him. So that is the whole team pretty much that you're going to be seeing mostly this season, with the exception of one or two players in the under 21s. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what this team does with us being a division below. That said, we're expected to win promotion by winning the league, so no pressure, eh? You know, we've got to win the league. The reserving judgment. We're not doing too bad in terms of his current confidence. It's not as though we're in the 40s or 30s. I think we're smack bang on 50. If I go over here, I think it's 50. Yeah, 50%. And the cup, Svenska Kupen, 75%. We're doing all right on that one. All we've got to do is reach the second round. We're currently exceeding expectations. I would say otherwise, because if I show you how we've gone on in pre-season so far, a couple of decent results. Then we played Oddevold, who was the team that ended up like costing us his place when we beat them, and then all of a sudden started winning. The group we got drawn was Östersunds, Utsiktens, and Bromma Pojkana. I don't know, but basically, those two teams are in the division above us. Östersunds is the top division. You might have heard of them. You might remember them playing against Arsenal in the Europa League last season. But yeah, the group, as it stands, we've lost his first game. We lost 4-2. We put up a decent fight, to be fair. I was quite pleased with the fact that we scored 2 goals against a team from the top division. But as you can see, we are currently in third. We have to beat Utsiktens to have any chance of getting through. I'm guessing this is not the second round. So if we do not get through here, then we might be in for a bit of trouble. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how they can expect it against playing against teams from a higher division. But hey-ho. On the finances front, we are still in the red, but we have made a little bit of money in terms of the sponsorship and stuff like that. I'm just hoping that because our wage budget, we are 700 quid underneath it, we're saving some money still. We haven't hardly spent any of his transfer budget. In fact, we haven't spent a penny. So I'm hopeful that we can, try and, if we're saving money, when we start getting the gate receipts, it'll hopefully balance out. We'll have to wait and see. But the gate receipts are obviously going to be lower, being in a lower division. But if we start winning all the time, they might come back. We'll have to wait and see. We are, however, projected to lose money, so maybe not. In terms of my profile, his reputation is actually now at 20%. Remember, we were at 5% at one point. It's actually gone up despite getting relegated, which I find very surprising. And as attributes are starting to go up. We completed a course recently. We haven't got any money, so I don't think I'll be able to get another course by virtue of the club. It'd be nice to be able to spend some of this money here if we have any excess, but it looks like you can't do that. But yeah, down here, 54% win ratio. I don't think it's that bad considering we've got a relegation against his name, which is a bit of a pain. But yes, we've only got people with the worst opinion of us. No people like us. But anyway, today we're only going to play the next game because there's a chance we could be out of the cup. And also, I've done all the transfers and what have you. First game of the season. It's going to be too long if I do 2 games. So I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. The maximum 20 minutes, ideally less than 15 minutes. But yeah, anyway, let's just get into it, shall we? Right, so here we go. First game for you guys to see of the new season. But we are against a team in the high division, so it's going to be tough. They're in like the second tier as well, not like the division that we were in. They're in the one above that, so this is always going to be tough. So we're going to go with Nordin in goal. So obviously, a lot of new players here. Strandler at right back. We've got Ephraim at left back. We've Anderson alongside Sherpa. Please, names in the comments, please. That is impossible to pronounce every single time. Got Magnussen at alongside Wheelid in the middle of the pack. That's also quite a bit weird. I might call him the Wheel or something. We've got Askren on the right, Bins on the left, Alice alongside Dimitrievich up the top. They've got a lot of real players there. I'm a bit scared. So I'm just going to tell them to go out there and enjoy themselves because we're not expected to win. It's the most no-pressure option there. Tell them I've got faith. Not really much reaction. But anyway, let's get to it. And it's played through Lipovac. Oh, Nordin with a save. Clutched it perfectly. Paladin plays it long. And Sherpa shows out why pace is key. If that had been the other guy, that would have been the most oil tankerish turn you'll have ever seen. They'll have done him for pace and got 20 yards in him before he even started running. But anyway, oh, bloody hell, steady on, nodding. What are you on? You on happy tablets? Here we go, corner. Askren floats it in. And it's there! Anderson scores! Liner. Pushing a player, I thought so. I saw Liner not moving and I thought, nah, not happening. What can he do? He's holding it up and plays it wide to Askren. Probably didn't really need to go that way. But anyway, Wheelie is in behind. The box-to-box chief! And he scores. What a guy. What a hero. Cesar. Might have called it Julius Caesar or something. I don't know. Wheelie. No, the wheel. It's got to be the wheel on it, surely. Let us know what you think in the comments. That's Ephraim. Long punt downfield towards Alice. It's a wild ricochet. Dimitrievich is in behind. Can he square it? Oh, the greedy bastard. Right, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to say don't get complacent because last time I said things are going well, it went tits up. So don't get complacent. One player stress, I'll take that. And I'm going to try and give him some faith to rectify that. Some assertive faith at that. And it's Ryan Binns that's not happy. Come on, mate. You're supposed to be top Binns. Come on. And I don't like the fact that 2 players are nervous, including the goalkeeper. He's only 17 though, so that's probably why. Buck finds Mullin. Back to Buck. Mustafa running now in a shooting position. He does shoot. It's gone just wide. Let off. Come on, boys. Right, so I've just brought on Lon and Bethio for Binns and Magnussen. Binns was just nervous. It pissed me off. And yellow card for Magnussen. So I just thought, reshuffle it. He's just as good at tackling, so why in the hell not? What can he do? He finds Askren. Whip it in, son. He's got 4 in the back. Ah, never mind. Oh, it's a great ball to Bethio! What a goal! I want to sing Luciano Becchio songs, but it doesn't fit right. Richards plays it through and Byrne. Oh, what a save, Nordin! What are you doing here, Paul? What are you doing? Just passing it back to keeper when he's like sprawling across the floor. What a gimp. Right, so I've just made a change. It hasn't actually gone through yet, but Adjurevich is going to be coming on for Wheelid as we miss another chance. Unlucky. There's still 7 minutes to go. If we can get a goal here, then that is it. It's Charlie. Dimitrievich. Oh, snatches at it. He had time to bring it down. Ephraim does win the header. He's done really well, to be fair. Ephraim, he's only got 6.8, but I disagree. Askren across the position. Atlas. Oh, Atlas. Alice. Another highlight straight after. Come on, boys. You're making me half go like this again. Come on. Dimitrievich. Askren. In across the position. Can he whip it in? He does. It's cleared away, sort of. Lon. Great ball to Bethio. Costs less than Berbatov and scores more goals. It's going to happen. It's Luciano Becchio, a song that Leeds used to sing back in the day when he was still a Leeds player. How I miss those days. Lots of songs involving his name. It was brilliant. Especially like the Christmas ones. As we score another one, he's going to get a hat-trick. No, hat-trick today. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. All the goals he scores delightful. And everyone wants to know... Bethio, Bethio, Bethio. That's what it was. Here it is, Buck. He's going to whip it in, and it's going to be a goal. Oh, no, he's going to the bar, and then it's going to be a goal, because Nordin's going to miss it. It's going to be offside. Wanker. Nice. What a result that is. That means we're going to be coming back for the next episode, you know that, don't you? Probably only be a one-off game, maybe. But I might do it as an extended highlights one. I don't know yet. I haven't decided just yet. It's either that or a friendly, which is going to be meaningless. So... I'll have a think. So that result sees us leap into 2nd place. Now, Östersunds have got to play IF Bromma, them, right? And then we've got to play them next episode. But looking at this, it's only the top team that goes through. So I'm quite disappointed that we're expected to get through when there's 3 teams that are at least 2 divisions above us. But we'll give it his best shot. It might be out of his reach. But we'll have to wait and see. We've got these next episode. Probably I'm going to do an extended. I'm not sure. I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, why not go ahead and press that like button. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could go ahead and subscribe if you're new as well. And yeah, don't forget, of course, tickle the bell. And yeah, see you in the next one. Until then, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.